Okay, our next exercise is an L twist. Okay, you may have heard of this called something else before. I made this up myself. I've never seen anyone else do it, so you might know this by a different name. It's another ab exercise. You start on your back, place one hand behind your head, the same leg in the air. Other leg can be on the floor, and you just up and touch the foot on the other side, like so. To make it harder, you lift that lowered leg up. That makes it considerably harder. Like that. From the side you'll see slight bend at the knee, hand behind the head, foot up, move that out of the way or down, and it's just up and touch. Okay, leg raises. This one, determined by your strength of your core, will determine how far you can move on this one. I'll show you it from the side. You start off, hands behind your head. You can have them on the floor if you prefer, but I prefer hands behind the head. Knees slightly bent, legs straight up in the air. You lower them as far as you can. Now you need to keep this down. If you feel your chest flaring up like that, you're arching your back and you've gone too far. So you need to keep this down and tight. If you can't, you just don't go as far. Or you bend your knees. That will reduce the load as well. It's important that you do everything safely so you don't injure yourself. Okay, mountain climbers. It's another cardio exercise, a little favourite of mine. Start 1 foot forward, 1 foot back on the floor. You switch. Don't let those hips sag as you do it. Keep them up. So it works your core as well. And you really can sprint this, or you can go slowly. And you can even step it if it's too hard. It's a really good exercise for getting that heart rate going. Okay, we've got overhead squats. It's just a normal squat, but you have your arms overhead, reaching up and back. You go as low as you can and back up. So we're not leaning forwards. It's not this. It's that. And again, you're keeping those heels down. Don't do this. Then let those heels lift. Okay, plank get-ups. This one is simple, but it's easy to get it wrong. Start on your hands. Now you can do it on your knees if it's too hard. And you're going to drop down elbow, elbow, back up, hand, hand. Elbow, elbow, hand, hand. Now don't do that. You need to pick the hand up, put the elbow down, hand up, elbow down. I'll show you it from the front. Pick the hand up, drop the elbow, hand up, elbow. And you can go quickly. Like I said, it can be done on your knees. Okay, we've got a plyometric lunge, plyo lunge I call it. You can replace this with a reverse lunge, which I'm also going to show you, which is easier and it's not so hard on the joints. The plyo lunge goes like so. You're in a lunge position and you switch. So you push with both feet, jumping up into the air and switch legs. Now if you can't do that, reverse lunge is step back and down. It's like the alternating lunge, the alternate lunge, but it's going backwards rather than forwards. So every time you see the plyo lunge in the program, you can do the reverse lunge if you prefer. Okay, we've got press ups. Basic standard press ups are hands roughly shoulder width apart. Keep your back nice and straight and let the hips sag or go up, down and up. And again, this can be done on your knees. You drop the knees from the toes position and you're going down. Don't go backwards. From this position, don't do this. It's not that. It's straight down and forwards. Okay, so next one, a little bit unusual. It's a favourite of a particular mixed martial artist that I'm a bit of a fan of. I call it a prone pull down. I don't actually know the real name for it. You basically lie on your front, head lifted, arms lifted, and you bring the elbows to your ribs. So it's up and back. If I show you that from the side, you'll get a better picture of what's going on. From there to there, to get that out of the way. So your head's lifted. It's kind of like a breaststroke in swimming, to be honest with you. Not a million miles away from it. So if you're imagining I'm lying on the floor, it's from there to there and back. Okay? Okay, pulse squats. It's like a normal squat, but when you get down, you stay there and you pulse. And every down and up is a count of 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keeping those heels on the floor. Not here. If you can't go as deep, you stay up here, that's fine. Back straight, head up. Okay? Here we've got a Russian sit-up. It's really a common exercise with kettlebells, but you can do it without. You lie on your back, legs out straight, arms extended above your chest, and you sit up, taking the arms overhead. Roll back down. So what it isn't is that. It's not that. It's controlled and it's a squeeze. You can't go all the way up, you can't go all the way up, but you will eventually. You've got to stick at it. It's essential with any exercises you can't do the full version of, that you really work on your technique, doing the easier versions of everything, and eventually you'll get strong enough. Okay, we've got scissors, which is another ab exercise. You lie on your back, hands behind your head, one leg in the air, and you switch. Now you can place the lowering foot on the floor, or you can keep it up to make it harder. Keep this down. Don't let that chest and abdomen flare up. Pull it down. Make it work. Okay, side crunch. You lie on your back. I'm going to show you this lengthways so it makes more sense. You lie on your back. You place one hand behind your head. You have your head slightly lifted. Other hand by your side, palm facing up. And you just flex to the side. So you're aiming to touch the side of your lower leg. You're keeping your head and your shoulder blades up. Okay, we've got a side lunge. From a standing position, what you're going to do, arms out to the front, step to the side, foot flat, turn the foot out slightly, bend the knee. So it's side, haven't really got much space here, but you go side there as well. Side to side. So if I show you it from the side, you'll just see what happens with my feet and my knees. I go straight out, that knee then goes forwards as I lunge. Okay, and now I've got a side plank. It's similar to a side crunch, but it's harder. It hits the same muscles. You're going to lie on your side, propped up on your elbow. You have that elbow, again, have that elbow tucked in underneath yourself. Hard version with the legs extended, like so, up and down. The easier version, from that extended leg position, bend your knees. Take your feet behind yourself. Don't pull your knees up, you take your feet back. And that is the easier version. Okay, sit-ups. It's a basic sit-up. Hands behind your head, knees bent, come all the way up. If you can only do this, that's fine. If you can only get a little bit of the way up, that's fine. Just as long as you come up as high as you can, every rep, push as high as you can, push right up. Don't do this, don't be a woodpecker. This is not sit-ups, this is not doing your abs any good. This, if you can go higher, you need to go higher. Okay? It's important. Push yourself as hard as you can push yourself. Don't take the easy option. Okay, next one is a sit-up to standing. I'm going to show you this lengthways to begin with. Starts with the legs out straight. And it's that. You do a sit-up and you stand. Various ways of doing it, okay? Which is why I'm showing you it this way. Some people will cross their feet. Others will take their feet out. My preferred method is 1 foot and push. If you can't do it without using your hands, use your hands. I'm going to show you it from the side using the hands. You come up, when you get here, push yourself up. This exercise is as much about your heart, about your cardio, as it is about your abs. Again, it's something as you get stronger, you'll get better. Now if you find that causes you any back pain because you've got tight back muscles or a weak core, just do normal sit-ups. Take the stand up out of it, okay? Spider-Man. Starts in a press up position. So again, you can do this on your knees if you want. It's knee to elbow and back. Knee to elbow and back. To show you from the side, I'll just do the right hand side. Knee to elbow and back. What you'll see I'm not doing is that. I'm not sagging my hips. Okay? Lifting up and back. Keeping everything nice and tight here. Okay, split squats. It's kind of like a lunge position. So that long stride, excuse me, with the heel lifted. You're just going straight down and straight up without stepping back. That's a split squat, down and up, that's it. And you do both legs, obviously. Okay, squats. It's a basic squat, feet hip to shoulder width apart, down and up. Range of motion, important. If you can only get here without doing that or that, then you only go there. Over the 12 weeks, you will get lower, I guarantee it, and you'll be doing it technically correctly. If you keep doing it wrong just to try and go lower, you'll never get any better. So restrict your range of motion to what you can achieve now. You will get fitter and stronger. Squat thrusts, a little bit similar to a mountain climber. You start in a press up position. You can't do this on your knees, guys. You have to do this on your toes. Jump forwards, jump back. So it's both legs rather than one leg at a time. And you can do it quickly. You can step it if you don't want to jump or if you can't. It's quite an intensive exercise. It doesn't look it. Wait till you start doing it. Star jumps, similar to a jumping jack, but you squat down and touch the floor first. Jump and down. When you jump, land your feet, jumping jack position, back, touch. Again, head up, chest up when you squat. Not this. If you can't get to the floor, go as low as you can. Over time, like I said, with the squats, range of motion will improve and you will get to that floor. Okay? Okay, step jump ups. This is what you need the flight of stairs for, or the exercise step. All you do, stand at your stairs, jump up and down. I'm going to show you it on the step so you can see more clearly what I'm doing. From here, right up, get your heels up. Don't have those heels hanging off the edge. Don't land like that. Get right up there onto that step. Jump up and down. Land with those knees soft. Don't lock them out. If you don't want to jump, you can step up. Okay? If you can, and you haven't got the confidence to jump both feet, jump off one foot. And eventually, you'll get there, okay? Just takes a little bit of time, a little bit of growing your confidence. It's not something you're going to be doing regularly, so you've got to reintroduce this into your life. Okay, sumo squats. Feet wide, toes pointing out, so your feet are wider than your hips and your shoulders. You track your knees out over your feet as you squat and back up. So the knees are going out. Don't do that. Don't let them come in. You've got to push them out. You've got to make them work, okay? Toe touches. There's legs in the air. Arms up. Crunch up. Touch your toes. If you can't get there, you can't get there. But you get as high as you can, okay? If you can, get to those toes. Yeah, it's a nice simple exercise, but it's a really effective ab exercise. V press-ups. It's kind of like a normal press-up, but it's harder. I'll show you it from the side. Start off in a press-up position. Turn your hands so they point in slightly and walk your feet forwards. You're then bending the arms, taking the top of your head towards the floor. Letting your heels lift off the floor as you do. Now if that's too hard, you bend your knees. And it makes it considerably harder. If that's still too hard, normal press-ups, okay? So basically, from a press-up position, walk forwards, you've got your hands turned in. That's a great one for toning up your shoulders. Okay, walkouts, good one for getting the heart rate going. And this is a good replacement for a burpee if you want to take all the jumping out of a burpee. You squat down, hands to the floor, walk forwards, walk back, and stand. And repeat. Now, on the side, I want you to watch what happens with my hips. See, they're nice and stable. When I get out here, that's going to be tempting. Work that core. And up. Okay, windmill press-ups. I do love my press-ups, you're going to find that out. Standard press-up position. Down, up, twist. Look at the ceiling as you twist. It can be done on your knees. Okay, excellent exercise. Okay, final exercise is a 180-degree twist. I was unsure where to put this in, so I've put it in the end because it's numbers rather than words. Although it is words, obviously. I'm going to start sideways on. What you do, jump and twist. Knees bent as you land. Now you can do this really quickly. Okay? Start slow. Land. 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 Now if you want to take your jump out, you squat and twist. You've got to have the squat on, because otherwise all you're doing is turning round. Like this. And that's not going to do anything. So if you're taking a jump out, you need to squat to get that heart rate going, okay? And that's all of the exercises in phase one. If you've got any questions about this, ask them in the Facebook group, send me a private message, send me an email. You need to have a look at all of these exercises, make sure you know what you're doing before the program starts, okay? Good luck, ask any questions.